Using this method you will never have to spend star coins again on something it is possible to buy with shillings. In this video I will be showing you the best way to earn and also save Jorvik Shillings in Star Stable Online. Not only do you get a lot of shillings for a minimal effort, but you can also save shillings and avoid going over the 10,000 Jorvik Shilling limit, which is really helpful during events like Christmas and Halloween, when you want to buy the exclusive sets and don't want to use your star coins to pay for them, but they all cost close to max limit of Jorvik Shillings. It's quite simple. What you have to do is that every day you run through all 4 areas of archaeology in Epona and collect the extra interesting finds. There will be 1 in each area every day and it's guaranteed that you will find 4 extra interesting items. You can then save these items in your closet, and when you're in need of shillings you can go to New Hillcrest and exchange them for items that you get a lot of Jorvik Shillings from when you sell them. That's the basic idea. Now I'll be going into a bit more detail on why this works so well and what I've found is the best way to do it. Part 1. How does it work? To be able to do this you have to have unlocked Epona, and also you need to be at least liked with AAE's archaeology department and have completed the quest where you are introduced to Professor Jura. This then unlocks the quest that eventually will let you start the archaeology in Epona. It's true that you can get some items in Dina Valley that you get a good amount of shillings for, but searching for them is much harder and they spawn randomly. It will take a much longer time. Also, you don't get much from the extra interesting items, and they seem to be spawning randomly as well. So basically it's just not worth it. In Epona on the other hand you get a big reward for very little effort. Let me tell you how this works in practice. There are 4 different areas, and in these areas you can find items belonging to the 4 different artifact collections. In each of these areas there is 1 extra interesting find per day. These areas are Butter Hill, Shipwreck Shore, Mirror Marshes, and Deuce Farm. You can find the extra interesting finds as soon as you log on, there are no spawn times, etc. The 4 items you can find are called Antique Medal, Tin Soldier, Georgitsu Tag, and Hall Frotten Page. It doesn't take a long time per day to search for the items. When I started doing this it took me about 15 minutes since I didn't remember the locations of all archaeology stones. Now it takes me on average about 5 to 6 minutes per day to find all 4 items. The most difficult places to find them are most definitely Mirror Marshes and Shipwreck Shore, but it is possible to learn the locations, and when you do it's quite easy to run the same route every day. If you want me to, I could make a video where I show my route I take every day that covers all archaeology stones. One thing to note is that as soon as you've found the extra interesting find in an area, you can directly move on to the next area. Also, just ignore all other archaeological finds that are not extra interesting, since you don't get much from the trash items and you don't do anything with the artifacts once you've completed the collections. When you've found the interesting items, just keep them in your inventory or put them in the item section of your closet. As time goes on and you keep doing this daily, you will soon have a big stack of items waiting to be turned into items for tons of Jorvik Shillings. Part 2. What to do when you need shillings. When you are in need of shillings, for example during a seasonal event, you just take all stacks of interesting find items with you to New Hillcrest to Walter Winterwell. You can find him just outside New Hillcrest City. You can exchange all items here and you will get an array of different items. You can get items that belong to an archaeologist set. All these items sell for between 347 and 655 Jorvik Shillings each. But what will bring you a lot of money is the stackable items that don't have any purpose than to be sold. These are the Garum Bottle, Roman Bronze Coin and Copper Bracelet. From a full 40 stack of the Garum Bottle, you get 3,400 Jorvik Shillings. A full 40 stack of the Roman bronze coin you get 2,000 Jorvik Shillings. And from the full 40 stack of copper bracelet you get 3,000 Jorvik Shillings. Also worth to mention, you get 10, 15 or 20 of the stackable items for one exchange, so it's not like you would have to exchange extra interesting finds 40 times to get up to the full stacks. Also, just a quick note here, if you have sections in your closet for items for sale, it also works fine if you exchange the extra interesting items in advance and then just put them in the sale section. This might even be more convenient than exchanging everything at the same time. Unfortunately for me, I don't have enough space in my closet, so I can't have one whole page just for items for sale. After you have your items, you just go to any shop and simply drag the items onto the money icon in a shop that will let you sell the item. If you're selling items to get up to the shilling limit to buy items that cost 10,000 Jorvik Shillings, one really useful tip is to use the stackable items and sell them in smaller chunks when you're close to the max limit. This way you get as many shillings out of it as possible. That's pretty much everything I have to say about this. I hope this helped you out. The amount of shillings you get from archaeology items often gets overlooked. If you wish to see more videos like this one where I share my Star Stable life hacks, remember to subscribe to this channel and like this video. Have a nice day, see you later.